Grand Annual. The flags are up. Here's Stuart.
Not sure this is going to
your position. Here we go.
Away this time, the Debenhams Johnny Henderson Grand Annual. They charge towards the first of 13 fences. Dancing on My Own with the red cap is up with the leaders as one of the greys, Trap Rain Law, and the other grey out wide, last year's winner, Unexpected Party, in the firing line with a nose-bounded Western Zephyr, and they're already bearing down on the second, and Western Zephyr came through to lead. To Trap Rain Law, and American Mike made a bad mistake and had to be quickly gathered up by Jordan Gainford back on the inner with the red cap in midfield, as Western Zephyr leads them on the run down towards the third, over Trap Rain Law and Dancing on My Own, the red cap, and Unexpected Party in fourth, just ahead of Nell's Son in the cheek pieces. JPR1 in a black and yellow jacket is chasing the leaders over the third fence with the King of PRS, the red sleeves, down on the inner, Handy. Jasco de Dam, the purple with a pink cap in midfield, as they already arrive at the fourth. Jazzy Matty took it in mid-division with So Scottish, American Mike, and Fringle Dyke in orange jacket, who's out wide. So turning to meet Rising Ground and heading on towards the fifth. A line of three from the rail across. Dancing on My Own, Trap Rain Law and Western Zephyr, followed by Unexpected Party, JPR1, Nelson, and the King of PRS on the inner. And then Fringle Dyke and orange jacket ahead of Jazzy Matty and Jasco de Dam as they now turn to go off down the hill. Slightly worse than midfield for So Scottish and the hoops with a white cap, and then My Mate Mozzie to General Madrano and Midnight It Is. Further back to Gaelic Arc and Martator and Third Time Lucky and Conyers Hill, and Primoz is last of all as they take the first of the fences racing away from us, and Conyers Hill towards the rear in the purple and yellow was in a little close to it. Heading on towards the water then, and it's Western Zephyr from a pair of greys, Unexpected Party out wide and Trap Rain Law. Dancing on My Own racing right down on the inner is still prominent, with Nell's Son and JPR1 and Fringle Dyke, who's out deep as they approach the unopened ditch. Then the King of PRS from Jasco de Dam and Jazzy Matty fairly deep with the red sleeves. Back towards the inner in mid-division, then American Mike, the red cap, just ahead of So Scottish, Midnight It Is, and General Madrano. Then My Mate Mozzie and the light blue, they've already gone through halfway. Gaelic Arc is further back with Conyers Hill, Third Time Lucky, Martator, and Primoz last, detached and being pushed along as they race across the top of the track towards the open ditch. It's going to be 4 out in the Grand Annual. The nose-bounded Western Zephyr in the centre of a couple of greys, Trap Rain Law and Unexpected Party. Dancing on My Own in fourth, got in close to it, passed by Nell's Son. Fringle Dyke, JPR1 in the black and yellow at this stage is poised in behind them as they begin to come on down the hill, now making the long run towards the third last. Western Zephyr, Trap Rain Law up the inner, Unexpected Party wide. Nell's Son in the cheek pieces is riding behind horses. Fringle Dyke is out deep. Jazzy Matty with the red sleeve. Jasco de Dam, the pink cap, is in behind them. JPR1, the black and yellow, only a couple of lengths off them. Then the retreating Dancing on My Own to So Scottish. My Mate Mozzie's pulled out very wide, took off in midfield in the light blue and orange, and now they're making the run back towards the home turn with 2 fences left to jump. An Unexpected Party has come through to lead. Last year's winner moves on here to Western Zephyr. Jazzy Matty with the red sleeves closing in from JPR1, Fringle Dyke circling them. My Mate Mozzie in the light blue getting into it with Jasco de Dam, the pink cap, then Midnight It Is in a black jacket. They turn their heads for home. Unexpected Party, Jazzy Matty joining him, JPR1 on the right, then Jasco de Dam, JPR1 a jolting blunder. Unexpected Party and Jazzy Matty move on to the last together. Rise and land as one. My Mate Mozzie back in third, and then Midnight It Is, and it's Jazzy Matty from Unexpected Party. My Mate Mozzie is still running on. Jazzy Matty, Unexpected Party fighting on Willie. Jazzy Matty just doing best, grinds it out to win the Grand Annual. Unexpected Party went down fighting. Midnight It Is in third, close for fourth between Jasco de Dam and My Mate Mozzie.
Jazzy Matty wins at the Cheltenham Festival for the second time. Winner here 2 years ago when ridden by Michael O'Sullivan. He has won the Grand Annual today. He's done so today, trained by Cian Collins, ridden by Danny Gilligan. Second is last year's winner, Unexpected Party, boldly ridden this time, set alight 4 out, and you thought history would repeat itself. It has in a fashion, insofar as a previous festival winner has won, but it wasn't Unexpected Party, it was Jazzy Matty. Cian Collins this time, and Danny Gilligan. Excellent run back in third from Midnight It Is, and they are clear. Don McLean.
You couldn't write this, Nick. The two horses on whom Michael O'Sullivan won on this day 2 years ago, they've gone and won again today. Marine National, the champion, chasing Jazzy Matty here. Brilliant ride by Danny Gilligan. Had Jazzy Matty always well positioned. And Cian Collins, it was Gordon Elliott training when he won the Fred Winter. Jazzy Matty a couple of years ago. Cian Collins has him now. He ran really well over Hurn the Thurles the last day. And back here with course form, the Fred Winter win on the board coming on here. And he faced a really worthy adversary, an Unexpected Party, last year's winner, who also loves this hill, but Jazzy Matty just proved to be the stronger.
A second festival winner for Danny Gilligan. He won the Martin Pipe on Better Days Ahead last year, and a first Cheltenham Festival win for Cian Collins. This horse has done an awful lot for an awful lot of different people, Chris.
He has, and the front two are both proven performers at this meeting, and Jazzy Matty, just as he had when he won the Fred Winter, has found a bundle for pressure, hasn't he? On the climb to the line, he was always pulling out plenty, to be honest, and Unexpected Party moved into it well. He gave himself every chance with a couple of good jumps late on, but he couldn't quite defy the £6 higher mark than he had done 12 months ago.
It's a 1-3-4-5 for Irish trained horses. Fourth was the gallant My Mate Mozzie, who didn't really know how to run a bad race, and fifth was Jasco de Dam, another horse running a good race, albeit somewhat luckless for Henry de Bromhead. We pick it up here. Western Zephyr was marked urgent from the outset, likewise the great Traprain Law, and Harry Skelton, Unexpected Party, was right on it from a long way out.
He was handy from early, wasn't he? He was up on the outside. He wanted to be handy from early, and he's travelled into the race. He's the only one of the prominent racers really who's lasted right into the depth of the race. But you see Danny Gilligan here on Jazzy Matty in behind, around about 10th, just jumping the fence up the hill towards the near side, but always travelling well, biding his time. And Cian Collins, Nick, he's a young trainer on the up. He's done really, really well in his last couple of years, and he has obviously targeted Jazzy Matty at this race from a little way out, but he's a horse who doesn't mind, or a trainer who doesn't mind travelling his horses either. He's ever not quizzed him over here and bagged a couple of prizes for him at Chepstow back, I think, in the early part of last season, and it's a fine training performance by Cian Collins here.
Just picking up some of the placed horses, you see Midnight it is, the nearly all black colours with the silver stars on the sleeves. He is not the best jumper in the world, tends to get a bit low, but he's run another fine race. Primoz ran his race before the start, I'm afraid, and was labouring from a long way out. Dancing on My Own made a bad mistake 4 out, that's put him out of it. He generally runs very well here. Black and yellow colours. JPR1 moved up well, made a bad mistake 2 out.
Yeah, and he was just getting himself into the race, wasn't he, having moved into it, as you say, quite comfortably. You could see, until he gets to this point, quite a few of the principals had just been kept a little bit wider out on the track. Unexpected Party's definitely fared best of those that were right up on the speed. He was just a couple of positions further back, and he seemed to move into the race a little bit earlier than you thought he might. That's often an advantage at this track, so you can see why he did it, but ultimately, and it's one that's tracked him through and sat that little bit further back, and that we know he's a really strong stayer that has seen him off, but it's not as if he's really stopping Unexpected Party. He's found plenty and very much run his race. It's the higher mark that has seen him off this time around.
Success for Danny Gilligan. It's been a helter-skelter sort of day for him. Pressed into service at the last minute for a champion chase ride on Founder 50. He might yet get more rides than he wasn't expecting between now and the end of the week, with Jack Kennedy out of action today, and we don't really know whether he's going to be back tomorrow. Sam Ewing will definitely not be back tomorrow or Friday, so Danny might not be done yet.
No, he mightn't. And now look, he's a very good young rider. Nick, he's a key part of the Gordon Elliott team. Of course, he won the Martin Pipe Hurdle here last year as well on Better Times Ahead, and gave him a fine ride. He's given Jazzy Matty a fine ride here. As Chris was saying there, he's just proved to be a bit stronger than Unexpected Party. Unexpected Party, we know he likes this hill as well. We know he can come up it, and yes, Jazzy Matty just proved to be the stronger on the day.
Jazzy Matty wins. Unexpected Party second. Midnight it is third. My Mate Mozzie is fourth. Jasco Dam is fifth. In sixth place was Conyers Hill. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Ireland. Then Traprain Law doing second best of the British horses, I think, finished in 7th place. Danny Gilligan will be riding Calypso Chance in the bumper. Huge ride for him in the bumper, Danny Gilligan.
Yeah, no, that's a massive ride to pick up. Calypso Chance is a big player in the bumper. He won really well at Navan the last. They won a race that has been a good pointer to the champion bumper as well, and proved strong up the hill. So look, you have to feel for Jack Kennedy, but big opportunities for Danny Gilligan.
And nearly everybody you spoke to in the Gordon Elliott stable before the week asked them who the two horses were that they were looking forward to seeing. One of them was Brighter Days Ahead. Well, that didn't work out. The other one was Calypso Chance in the same silks in the bumper.
Yeah, no, he's got a massive engine, and he should have turned a foot at Navan the last day as well. He's a horse who reportedly doesn't show an awful lot at home, but he saves an awful lot for the racetrack.
Suspicion is that the ground might be a little tighter on the chase track than the hurdles, and the Brown advisory time wasn't flat, but it was a strange sort of race.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's they didn't go a great pace in the early part of the Brown advisory. But
yeah, I think when you look at the times from the Brown advisory, they didn't go very quick early on, and that was probably a big problem for Ballyburn, who then was just too keen up in trip, crawling along, and that was probably alongside the mistake. It was maybe something that led to the mistake for him early on in the afternoon. But that time, as you said, he went steady early, they quickened up, so you were never expecting a good time in that particular race.
Jazzy Matty, exquisitely produced by Kean Collins to win this race. You can't say he hasn't been consistent, but he's had that nice little pause to refresh. 52 days since his last run.
Yeah, that's it. Like he won at Sligo, won a chase there, beat a mare of Willie Mullins, Space Tourist in the second place. And he came here to the October meeting, and it was only just beaten by Pat Terrell. He led early on. There was a small field. He led early on at a Tote pace. We know from its spread with the win when he was at Gordon Elliott, he thrived off a big field, fast pace, and that's what he got today.
And he just bided his time. He wasn't too far off the speed, but he had plenty of cover, and he could just track horses and have a target to aim at.
And the Grand Annual, historically, it's not a race in which you want to be too far back. Even if they do go fast, you then tend to be you want to be not too far off the pace, and that's exactly where Danny Gilligan was.
Certainly since they moved it to this track. Was this the 5th year that it's been on?
Well, it started on the old course, then it went to the new course, and then it came back to the old course.
Since it came, there was a period where when he went onto the new course that actually they were kind of stopping, weren't they, and horses were coming from the back of the field, but it's not really the case now back onto this track.
It's Danny Gilligan. Could be Danny Gilligan again in half an hour. This time it's Kean Collins. Again it's Jazzy Matty, and again it's a horse who tasted his previous festival victory for the late Michael O'Sullivan. That's the news after the Debenhams